Hi, today I have a message called It's Your Dream. The first statement is this connection with us and the orientation it gives you helps you deliver loving messages to the people in your life. So that's about the point of these messages, that they're for me and they're for me in each and every moment of what I perceive and experience as my life, as a presence, as a guide. And a big part of my life seems to be being a mother, and that's what really heightened this journey for me when my first child was born. Just knowing something was very wrong, not with my child, not just within me, knowing in my mind, if I really wanted to love, I think it deepens your desire to love, and you do, but there's this ego love at the same time, and something in me knew that was totally off. Something was totally wrong. Again, not with my child. I just started to feel that this ego love, and I wouldn't have been able to put it in that terms, was not love. And I had this powerful drive, like I have to find what love actually is, or I can't be. How can I be a mother if I don't know what love is? So that drive started, and now my oldest child is 20, so that drive continues. But the whole point of receiving these messages is for me to hear them and apply them. Even though I'm speaking them, they're just coming through me, and I go back and listen later, and I apply them. And what's the point? So I can be loving with the people in my life, my fellow beings, so I can be guided through each and every day in a way that is loving. That's the point. For me to apply what I'm hearing, and I'm very grateful that it comes through in this way. But I'm trying to think of how to say it. It's special. It's not special. Like everyone's function seems special. Everyone's function is a little different, and everyone fits together, like clicks together harmonically, like the pieces of a puzzle. We're all connected, and everyone gets messages that guide them. Even if they're not expressed in a way that you can set apart and say that's a message. and the more I can recognize that as being true for everyone's receiving messages and is able to follow them, then we're all guided. I see everyone guided together harmonically. Okay. It's kind of like giving everything you think you get. Like what you seem to get doesn't set you apart. It's also coming to everyone that you see. Sharing has been a huge theme. Okay. If you believe people should listen to you, it means that you believe you are right. Do you want to be right or happy? So that was funny to sit in and to have it put that way. And so, of course, when we stop and think about it, we would rather be happy. We think that being right gives us a special identity that makes us happy. But really, wouldn't we rather be happy, and understanding the ego can't tell us anything about happiness? That the ego can send thoughts that, when believed, provide the experience of temporary happiness that turns to misery. But Spirit's thoughts point to the happiness that is already here, the happiness that we are, the happiness that we never truly lost, even though we covered it up with this cloud of illusion, the happiness that belongs to everyone, the happiness that's more powerful than any opposite the ego can imagine. The happiness that is our shared power that all of us have right now. Every perceived villain has it. Every perceived victim has it. And of course, no one's a villain or a victim, not really. We all have it. And so from there, it's okay, if we all have it, then we can allow it to bloom. And allowing it to bloom is what causes actions from spirit. If we forget that we all already have this happiness, and we think, I have a happiness that one doesn't, and I guiltily have to do something to fix that, then I haven't stopped to sink into our shared happiness, to allow our shared happiness to tell me what to do and say today. If I'm going to act from guilt, from worry, from concern, then I haven't stopped to recognize you have happiness just as much as I do, and my job is allow it to bloom in my sight today. That's different. Okay. Think of someone you dislike and hear God calling them son or daughter. This is the rejected part of you that you are allowing to be claimed. So if you just think of that, thinking of the full acceptance and the full love for someone ego has told you that ego you dislikes. It's just a story about egos. So you carry this idea with you, or I carry this idea with me, that there's someone I'm likely to have an unpleasant experience with. I don't like this one. I'd rather avoid this one. Maybe I think this one's abrasive or against ego me in some way. I think their ego dislikes my ego, so I'm disliking in defense. And we think of their being fully accepted and loved. Then they're representing the rejected part of ourselves. And right now we can allow that to be claimed, to be loved, to be held, to be accepted. And what we do for ourselves, we do for everyone. What we do for everyone, we do for ourselves. And we let them be accepted in our sight, fully accepted, loved, claimed. This is what we're looking for in our special relationships, to be claimed and accepted. But I see that it's never going to happen. It's never going to happen by trying to be special to another special someone, and we try to set our specialness apart from the whole world and draw what we need from this specialness. That's never going to work. But if I think of everyone's full acceptance, everyone's full ability to be loving, the way everyone is fully loved by their Creator right now, and will be forever. It's an isness that cannot change. Then that can affect what I say and do today. But it's like I have to rest back into that, and that's further back than resting in the false sense of ego. I got to rest back into that and kind of soak in that, and then allow that to cause what I say and what I do. And I'm a student. I'm learning that every day. I'm learning how to rest back into this and allow it to be the cause. When we don't feel good, we're rejecting part of ourselves. It might look like we're rejecting a divine sibling or a brother or sister, however you want to see it, that we dislike someone, but really that's our self, our capital S self, or rejecting part of ourself. So we can bring all the pieces back together, allow them to be claimed by our Creator, and see our oneness, see our unity, and see our acceptance. okay, you can ask this question: what can reach me beyond ritual and the perceived safety of repetition? I can see and feel myself doing this every day, seeking for safety in a sense of separate self-control, a sense of arranging and controlling things, repeating things in rituals. And it's not like I have to try to force that out or eradicate it from my life. Like I have a certain way of doing dishes and I do it, I fall into this pattern and I follow it. And I don't have to judge that. But it's okay to take a moment to chuckle to see where we're trying to find our safety. And there's something so huge beyond ritual, so huge behind the perceived safety of repetition. I do this a certain way, or things look reliably the same to me every day, so I get my safety from that sense of stability. There's something so big beyond that. What can reach me beyond ritual and the perceived safety of repetition? It's what's here. It's what everybody is. And we're very reachable because we're connected to this thing. Can it reach me? Yes. I'm connected to it. And just taking a moment to acknowledge, yes, this thing I'm talking about that's beyond can reach me and affect me, because I am eternally connected to it and nothing's standing in the way of that connection. I might make illusions and try to stuff them in there as a barrier and a boundary, blocking out what seems to be beyond me, but it's just an illusion. It can't really sever the connection, I would say, between me and what I'm connected to, but if I'm connected to it, it also is me. So there's that too. You can invite the totally new, the birth to this instant. You can make space for that to come into your experience, and the experience for all as you perceive them. After all, it's your perception, it's your dream. So this is something. It's our perception, it's our dream. We're in charge of all of it. We can allow the perception to change. If you think of everything that includes, we can allow the perception to change. And who's going to change it? What we are. In accordance with what? In accordance of what we are. Into a reflection of what we are. We don't need to see a reflection of what we aren't anymore. That's unnecessary. So we don't need to try to hold on to that reflection and say it's true and real. If it's not a reflection of what we all are together, it's definitely an illusion. And why would we hold on to an illusion of strife? Do we have any reason to hold on to and to continue to see an illusion of strife? If we don't, we can let it go and allow to come into view what's actually here, a very direct reflection of what connects us all. Everyone has this power to allow this. It's a shared power. Power over is an illusion. Power with is the fact. You can't be angry at a fact. It's just what is. So it's like we finally get to the point of acknowledging, I know this is what is. So I'll allow it. There's no reason not to. And everything else gets a chance to drain away, be flushed down the toilet. If that's only illusion that lied to us, why would we want to try to hold on to it? It gets to go down the bathtub drain. We don't need it. We have everything we need because we are everything we need. And that's sufficient. We always have what's sufficient. And what we do is we allow a reflection of what truly is to come into sight. And we let the idea, the reflection of what never could be, go away. And that's the power all of us share. That's our true power. And as we tune into this power today, we can let this shared power be the determiner of every thought we receive. And if we're going to let our shared power be the determiner of every thought we receive, our shared power is going to be in charge of what we say today. Our shared power is going to be in charge of what we do today. And this is in a setting of recognizing that we have no ability to sort this into good or bad, right or wrong. So ego has a self-protective notion that I'm going to analyze and judge every single thing everyone says and does today into varying categories of good and bad, right and wrong. That's exhausting. No wonder we get tired. That's exhausting. But allowing everything we think to come from what we are together also comes with a setting of there is absolutely no need to sort and judge any of this. And it's a new setting for us. It's a new setting for us. It's something to get used to get accustomed to continue to allow. And then coming from this place, letting every thought that reaches us come from what we are together, then of course what we seem to see outside of ourselves is going to reflect back to us what we are together. And there's no reason to see anything else. There's no reason to see a reflection of anything other than the goodness and the beauty, the gentle, kind flow of what we are together. The volcano wants to show you. I don't even know how, okay? I don't know what I'm talking about. I never do. But there's a way for what we look at as a volcano, for the perception to change, to show you, you have nothing to fear from me. I am gentle like you are. I am kind like you are. And we don't know what that means about how the volcano is going to appear, how the rest of the landscape around it is going to appear. We don't know the details. We don't have the foggiest. That's why we don't decide how we would like to see it, the details of perception. We don't have the foggiest, we don't know. But if we know that volcano is our brother, and that we're just as gentle and kind as he is, and that we're willing to allow a reflection of that, the ego would start to intervene and say, how preposterous is that to think you have that power? But the ego was designed to deny the power you actually have. And everyone shares that power to look at everything and say, you are brother to me. And underneath any surface of violence you have, you're the power of gentleness and love and kindness and light and harmony forever. So no matter what surface I'm projecting on you from my fear, that what you are can't change. It's not movable. It's not touchable. We tried to cover it up and see an illusion on top of it, but that's all we did. So that means we didn't do anything wrong. And if we didn't do anything wrong, no character in our dream, which is our own dream, our own perception, no character did wrong. And if we can say that to every character in our dream, you didn't do anything wrong. You're saying it to yourself. You didn't do anything wrong because you didn't do anything. You're reminding yourself you didn't do anything. You imagined doings. You imagined characters and doings. And now comes the time when we can allow everything to, do I want to say vibrate? I'll just say that with a goodness without opposite that all of us have always been. And to just allow everyone and everything to show us that, to give them permission. because we are that powerful to give them permission, and they are what we are. So of course they are that powerful to give everything permission to show up as goodness without opposite too. It's the faith that moves mountains, literally. We've literally seen a mountain move, right? And it looks like the mountain moved in a destructive way in Switzerland. But if we tune into everything we perceive as a particle of that, every bit of the nature, that, every bit of the mountain, every bit of the structures on the mountain, every bit of the water flowing on the mountain, and every person who seems to be affected by this, and we give all of it permission. The ego's laughing at this, right? Give all of it permission to show up as a reflection of what it truly is, as its unchangeable nature. It's not silly to believe you have that power, because it's the power you share with everybody. And it's time for that power to be naked now. We wash all the illusions off that power, and we allow it to be. We recognize it. We don't fear it. It's the love of God. We don't have to fear the love of God. It can be exposed, washed of all illusions, left there naked for us to look upon and admit it's ours and it belongs to everybody and everything equally. And we can allow that to blossom in our sight. After all, it's my perception. It's my dream. And from your perspective, it's your perception. It's your dream. So we can allow this. Okay. Thank you for listening. And I'll be listening later and applying, and wishing you well today.